So yes, it is very early to be talking about the 2022 season opponents without the schedule being set. However, I wanted to start the conversation about, what's the overall vibe we should be feeling going into 2022 with the opponents laid out. How strong is the schedule? We'll get through all of that in today's video. But before we do that, if you could do me a solid favor and like the video, doesn't take too long to do whatsoever, and it helps out the channel and YouTube's algorithm, that'd be awesome. There's a 60% chance that you're not subscribed to this channel, so if you're not, hit that big red button down below so you're subscribed and you don't miss out on any new content that gets put out on this channel. And most importantly, while you're down there hitting that big red button, hit the notification bell as well. The reason I mention that is because usually YouTube is a pain in the neck when it comes to getting videos into your sub box. So if you have a lot of videos in there and you want to make sure you're getting videos from me, hit that notification bell. So with all that out of the way, let's go ahead. Let's pull up the opponents for 2022, and let's just talk about how we're feeling about the opponents, where I'm feeling about the team, and all that other stuff. So here we go. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen, your 2022 opponents for your Dallas Cowboys. Obviously, you have your division rivals at home and away in the Philadelphia Eagles, the New York Giants, and the Washington Commodes. However, you got a decent plethora of opponents that range in strength. Let's just say. You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you have the Chicago Bears, the Detroit Lions, the defending AFC champions in the Cincinnati Bengals, the Houston Texans, and the Indianapolis Colts. On the road, you have the defending Super Bowl champions in the LA Rams. You have the Green Bay Packers, the Minnesota Vikings, the Tennessee Titans, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Dallas Cowboys have themselves a schedule that is the 29th strongest in the league. Or, in simpler terms, the fourth easiest schedule. This is behind the Browns, Ravens, and Panthers. So if anyone's telling you that the Dallas Cowboys have a first-place schedule, you would be mistaken. Yes, they're going to be playing some guys that have won their division, but at the same time, this is a pretty easy schedule, to say the least. You look at the home opponents. You have your three division rivals, and then you have a plethora of teams that have question marks. Tampa Bay, what are they going to do at quarterback? Their roster could be in a state of flux as well. Chicago, Detroit, and the Texans are rebuilding, so you should be able to take care of business there, but knowing the NFL and the stature that it is, you'll probably lose one of those games. Then you have the Indianapolis Colts, a team that really just needs a new quarterback. They have a really damn good roster. It's just the reason that they just need a new quarterback. And then followed by the Bengals, who in my opinion are a team that's going to be tough next season. We'll see if the Super Bowl hangover gets them, but we'll see. So when you look at those home games, let's just say, because division rivals are weird. Let's say you win 2 of those games, okay? So you win 2 of those games. You can pick which ones. I'm not going to pick that. You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home. Right now, they don't really have an answer at quarterback. And so for me, it really comes down to that question mark. I don't really think Kyle Trask is anything much. I could be wrong. But I'm going to say the Dallas Cowboys take care of business versus Tampa Bay. So that's 3 wins there. I think you should be able to beat the Bears, Lions, or the Texans. However, this is the NFL. Stupid stuff happens. Let's just add 2 wins there. Let's say you lose one of those games. So now you go from 3 wins to 5 wins. I think you should be able to beat the Colts. But again, this is a team that is strong, and depending on the quarterback they have, could vary what you do. But they're going to be one of those games that the Cowboys beat a good team. So let's just say that is the Indianapolis Colts. So now you go from the 5 wins to 6 wins, and then let's just say you lose to the Bengals because the Cowboys sometimes have a letdown game. Okay, so you have look, you got all those home games, and I think that you can capitalize on that. Again, the opponents that you have set in front of you are not crazy strong. The ones I'm worried about are one of your division opponents. You got Tampa Bay, the Colts, and the Bengals. Okay, so when you really think about it, as you kind of think, okay, can you see them going 6-3 at home? Or rather, can they do better at home? Yeah, absolutely. They should be able to sweep their division rivals and stuff like that. So, once again, like if it were me, and I'm just picking this once again to kind of go back and before we go to the away games, you'll probably beat the Giants until proven otherwise. Um, you might beat Washington again, so that'll be your second win. Like I told you, Tampa Bay. Let's just say you lose to the Bears, or let's just say the Bears. Okay, so you lose to the Bears. You win against Detroit. You lose to the Bengals, and you beat the Texans and the Colts. So that's 6 wins there. All right, so we got 6 wins on that side. Let's go to the away side. So let's just say you lose another division game there. Let's just say, I don't know. Let's just say it's against Washington. I don't know. So you beat 2 opponents there. The Rams, I do not see the Cowboys beating the Rams, honest to God, unless the Rams are struggling, so I'm going to just throw that out the window. Now, again, I'm not afraid of any of these teams, but we got to keep ourselves honest with how the NFL operates. So I don't think the Cowboys will beat the Rams. Will they beat the Packers? Well, we'll see what the Packers look like in 2022, but how they're currently assembled, no. The Vikings, they're going through a state of flux right now. I think you should be able to beat the Vikings. Then you got the Titans. The Titans are a very well-coached team. And on top of that, again, it depends on how that roster is constructed, but I'm going to say we lose there. And the Jaguars, let's say you get a win there. So if you count that up or you've been following, that is a total of a 10-7 record. Now, again, that is my current status right now. I do not think the Cowboys will win 12 games, but does a 10-7 record win you the division? I do believe it does. I think that if you go 4-2 in the division, unless one of the other teams has a stellar season, I think 10 wins is enough to get you into the postseason, regardless if it's the division crown or not. But I mean, like, the way I look at it is, even if, assuming, and this is going on, when I say I'm picking a 10-7 record, this is assuming the Cowboys lose all their free agents. They keep the guys on roster, and they draft guys who I think they're interested in. I think that this team is easily a 10-win team. Now, again, that does not give you a guarantee that this team is going to do anything special. My point is that if you get into the dance, you have a chance, and you have to do something with that. That is going to be the biggest thing. I think that this Cowboys team is built to win a playoff game. However, they got to show that to me. They really got to show that to me. I'm not going to be sitting here being like, okay, everything's good. Because, again, we have those expectations. I'm not looking for I would be looking for an improvement on a 12-win season. However, my now main concern is, can you win a playoff game? If you get into the playoffs, prove to me you can win a playoff game. Now, depending on where you're seated is another thing, and who's the opponent. Again, that goes all into those factors. But the main thing is, can this Cowboys team get back to the playoffs? Now, if they cannot, unless this roster it goes through a bunch of injuries or something crazy happens, there's no excuses. And that's where I'm looking at Mike McCarthy, and I'm saying to myself, listen, dude, you know what's going on. Like, there are many changes that the Dallas Cowboys need. Not just Mike McCarthy, but just, Kellen Moore and stuff like that. So, with all that being said, guys, that is my current roster prediction. I think the Cowboys, or rather season prediction, if you want to call it that, right now before free agency, 10-7, winning the East once again, or getting a wild card spot, depending on if there's tiebreakers and stuff like that. Again, you have to consider this, right? The ceiling with this team. Listen, if you go back and you look at that, you can honestly make an argument the Cowboys can win every game, or hell, they can do another 12-win season. But that's not what. Again, I'm not concerned about regular season now. What I am concerned about is getting to the playoffs and doing something. If you can't do that, then you lost me. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, guys? Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.